Welcome, everyone. I'm glad that we're recording this for anybody that isn't able to make it. These are two new features we're really excited to launch. For one thing, it's the tip of the iceberg of the new features that we're hoping to roll out this year and throughout the rest of this year. These are the two most requested things for managers of collections. So they are the ability to manage members and approve membership requests and promote people to be a curator or demote them down to back to a member. And the ability to upload new talks, which is three words and years of effort. Looking forward to diving into this. A little background on Engage Wisdom. We did start this project, I think, has it only been 9 years, Shindo? I think it was about 12 years ago, but Shindo jumped in maybe a couple of years after we started. And it started out of our recording studio called Sonic Zen Records, out of the need to basically preserve my teacher's talks, Reb Anderson, and to make that into a digital collection that would come to life and not just be stuck in a closet. So leveraging our audio expertise and now leveraging the wave of AI tools has been a real blast. And it's so great to be able to use these chops for Zen and for wisdom of all kinds. So that's where we've been and where we're headed. We've done, I think, a couple dozen Zen centers, teachers, different collections, and there's a few notable ones are available. You can get straight to them from engagewisdom.com. But the Suzuki Roshi archive was a big milestone for us. Edward Brown's archive from the Peaceful Sea Sangha is there with all the cassette tapes that we digitized, and we're working on a couple thousand digital recordings from Edward. The new Kamaldali Hermitage in Big Sur, John's group, and Chris's group. That's the first non-Zen collection that we did, and it's a beautiful, beautiful collection of talks from Christian monasticism. And many more. So happy to touch on each of yours in the Q&A if you'd like. Managing members, there's two aspects to it. And we've built out what we call the minimum viable product of that. It's functional, it's helpful, I hope. And yes, there's much more we can do with it. So if something seems missing, definitely suggest that. But the basic roles that we're adding over here on the right is the manager column. Anonymous visitors can view and listen to public talks on your collections, but members of the community can hear the unpublished talks, and they can also help add keywords, summaries, notes, transcripts, and take care of the content. Curators are the only ones who can edit the title, the date, the speaker, the more sensitive information. And there's also a technical info field that curators can use to keep notes for each other. But managers will be able to set those permissions, manage the members, manage the curators, and they'll be able to set talks to either published or unpublished, which is one of those features that we've been wanting to give you direct access to. And then, of course, the big one is the ability to upload new talks. So those are exclusively tools for managers. So I'd love to do a demo of this and share my screen so you can see what it looks like. This is Edward Brown's collection, the Peaceful Sea Sangha audio archive, and you'll notice these conspicuous new buttons up here. Now, for those of you who are curators, if we can promote you to be a manager, there should be generally one or two or three managers per collection, probably not more than that. Managers are responsible for fielding those membership requests and for making those decisions. So if there's too many managers, there's a lot of communication that has to happen between them. And curators have most of the permissions that a manager has. But in here, if we take a look, we set up I had my team set up a few extra membership requests here. So I think we'll see a few there pending. There we go. And then just to give you a peek at the managed members page right now. Oh, there we are. There's a few of us. So Edward's here, and then a couple of me and Shindo are here, have joined as members. And under the membership requests, you can see Roan, who's one of our great audio engineers, has requested membership and has entered his info here, what he's interested in, how many years he's been a member of this community. And so if I recognize Roan and say, yeah, come on in, access the whole archive and help us take care of it, I can just click grant membership and it's done. And if I refresh that page, you'll see that he's not there anymore. And he's popped over here onto the members page. So that's the first step. If he should be a curator of the collection, if he's somebody who's going to help us get these titles and dates right and set some of the more advanced editing, I can click promote to curator. And there we go. He's now a curator. Likewise, Edwards hasn't been using the collection as a curator or manager, but I can obviously promote him as well. And then if I change my mind and I didn't want Shindo Demo to be a curator, I can just remove it just like that. And those changes should stick. You can refresh the page if you just want to be completely sure that it's there. And that's how we do it. So managing members is that simple. You can see who's in the collection. You can see who's waiting to be a member of the collection, and you can take control of it there. If you ever need to, well, obviously, some of the obvious features is like, well, what if I want to kick somebody out of the collection? At this point, send us an email. We'll do it for you. We didn't build that button right away. We want to see these buttons working well and everything humming along smoothly. But not many people have had to be kicked out of a collection at this point. So just drop us a line if you need us to do that for you. Another obvious question. Yeah, John?
I'm sorry, we have something in the chat already. Would you like to get this right now? Because it's pertaining to something that was just noticed.
Sure,
here.
Just one moment.
Sure.
Likewise, if you want to make somebody a manager or make somebody no longer a manager, drop us an email and we'll do that for you. So that's the flow is you can invite your members. We'll be happy to provide an email template that sends them a basic invitation and a link to click on, but they can go straight to the homepage of the collection and request membership if they'd like. You can approve the requests and appoint curators. And then we can talk about strategies for curating the collection and working with that team as well. So if you have more questions, you want to get into deeper detail on these, we have upgraded all of the help pages. So there's a summary at the top that shows you what your role is and what your permissions are. And then a depth of FAQ that tries to answer your most common questions. But by all means, send us more questions if there's something we should have on that help page as well. Great questions lead to a greater FAQ page. And the editing guide is separate from this and goes field by what you can edit on a talk. So we'll be looking at the add talk flow in just a moment. And if you get stuck, if you've read the help pages and it's not there, send us an email, help@engagewisdom.com. And it might take us a day or two to get back to you because we're not here every day of the week, but we're happy to help you with that. So taking a look at how we add talks and the fields that we can edit and manage on those, this is a lot. This is what we have done over the past decade by hand and then semi-automated and then mostly automated. But our big challenge over the last couple of years has been building this entire thing in the cloud so that you can just drop in an audio file and have it be trimmed of excess audio, remastered so it's loud and clear, transcribed, summarized, keyworded, all of that. So this is something that we're now using internally for tapes that we digitize or things that we handle. The server is able to do a huge amount of the work for us to enhance and unlock these talks. So this is a big game changer. So let's have a little demo of this real quick. So if I'm back on the Peaceful Sea Sangha audio archive and I want to add a talk, just click the button. You can grab a file here, and I've prepared a few little 5-minute snippets of Edward's talks. So here's one about a rabbit, and I'm going to upload that. And then you get to choose the audio condition for remastering. So standard is good for 95% of what you're going to do. And I'll tell you a trick. If you go to the editing guide, you can get a quick guide to each of these settings. So this will explain when and how to use those different remastering settings. So I'll just touch on them for a second here. But standard is almost always what you want. If you run it on standard and it doesn't sound, it still sounds kind of noisy, you can hit the extra noisy setting, and that'll drop that background noise down even further. Standard includes some amount of removal for hum and buzz, but if it's got a ton of hum or buzzy, electrical noise from the microphone or something like that, you can use those extra settings. If it's from a Zoom recording, you might want to try the clean setting because Zoom already applies noise reduction. So you might not need much enhancement at all if it's set to clean. And then one thing to keep in mind is that the platform is built for speech. So talks that have music, or if they have chanting, or if they have singing, the server does its best to enhance the dialogue and make the words clear. And that can make music sound funny. So if you have something that's a musical performance or goes back and forth between dialogue and music, you'll want to select the contains music settings so that it doesn't make that music sound all funky. And then if you've already done some noise reduction of your own and you really just don't want it to change the sound of the audio at all, you can select Do Not Remaster. All it's going to do is just shift the volume of that so that it matches the standard volume of everything on our site, which is a podcast broadcast volume standard. So we get a consistent listening experience when people click play. It doesn't come blasting at them or super quiet. So those are those audio condition settings. And I'll try to fly through the rest of this because, again, this is all described in the editing guide. You can also click any of these little blue question marks for an quick explanation of how to use each field. But start time and end time are kind of great. This is a way to trim extra audio off of the talk. So if there was some shuffling around of the mic or people sitting down or some preliminaries and welcomes that don't feel like they're part of the talk that you want to post, you can trim off a few seconds here. So you could set this to maybe cut the first 5 seconds off. And likewise at the end, if the mic kept running for a while, or maybe there's a Q&A that gets into sensitive topics and you'd like to cut that whole second half of the talk off, you can just look at your original recording for where that point is and then enter the time here. So this is a 5-minute recording, so I might want to cut off the last 30 seconds maybe. So I would set that to 4 minutes and 30 seconds. And when I remaster it, it'll do that. And if you want to change that later, you can go in, edit the talk, change those settings relative to the original file. It'll trim it differently for you. So put in a quick placeholder title. This is about the rabbit. And I'm going to skip over the rest of these just for speed. But when you're entering these, you can always check on the quick tips there. And if you're entering a name, it's great to select from the drop down so that you would want to say Edward Brown, not Ed Brown, or Ed Brown Roshi, or alternate variants. You want to try to pick the same one that's already there so the talks are all grouped together. So, and we'll put in a date just so it appears here. We'll say that maybe this was a talk given on New Year's Day. Okay, I'm going to jump through. You can also choose whether this should be published or stay unpublished. And here's what happens. Cross your fingers. So it's coming, and it says that no audio is currently available. It's coming soon. It says that it'll be published, and it's currently being processed. And this job type right here is a little key that tells you what the server's up to right now. So if I hit refresh, we'll see what it says. Cool. It's still adding the talk. And this first phase can take maybe just a minute or two for it to get temporary audio up there. There you go. So that's the unmastered audio online. And
so I took that to be a sign that somebody wanted to encourage the rabbit.
Okay, so that's still noisy. And now the server is going to be remastering this. There we go. So it says job type is remastering audio. The reason I did a 5-minute talk, remastering is a hefty process. It can take about 20 to 30 minutes per hour of audio. So if it's a 90-minute talk, it might take 45 minutes or so to finish remastering. But we do have numerous threads of that on the server. So you could upload 50 talks and they'd all be done in about 45 minutes. So that's pretty cool. Um, and once that's remastered, it'll be transcribed, it'll be summarized, it'll get keywords, and I'll go over this step by step in just a moment. I've got a slide for that. But, oops, we caught an error. Didn't expect that during the webinar. Let's just try one more time. Go back to the home page. Give it a go. All right. While that's running, I guess I'll switch back to the slide deck and just talk through what that's going to do. So uploading that gives you temporary audio in a minute or two, remasters it in 20 to 40 minutes if it's an hour long. And then transcript comes pretty quick after that. You get a full transcript in about 3 to 5 minutes, a summary, and keywords right after that. Let's see if this one's going to work here. I hear the progress dinging along in the background there from my email notifications. And you will get an email when your talk is finished processing. So you don't have to stick around and keep refreshing the page. It'll send you a notification so that you can come back and hear your remastered audio, since that does take so long to go. And see if the servers, yeah, it looks like it's chugging through that. Yeah, there it is. It's coming up. Okay, another 30 seconds and we'll have remastered audio. So let me switch back to that. So we've got temporary audio for this second talk. And
a few days ago, we had a talk, and in the question and answers, we talked about meat, or food, or meat, is it meat and killing and gophers and various things. So I know you have a lot of different feelings about this and thoughts and views. Tomorrow, we are.
So there's a lot of hiss and hum and background noise in that one. Let's see if our remastered audio is ready yet. There we go. And that waveform's already bigger and clearer. Let's see how it sounds.
A few days ago, we had a talk, and in the question and answers, we talked about meat, or food, or was it meat and killing and gophers and.
You're welcome to try this on your own talks and experiment with those settings, and I hope that they work really well for you. This is probably our 4th generation of noise reduction suite of tools, and we've got a 5th generation coming along soon later this year as well, with some pretty cool features, including the ability to automatically detect if there's music in the talk and where it is, which is going to be great. It'll allow that to process separately, and also give you insight into talks that have music in them. We're working on an auto noise detector that will actually spot if there's a lot of hum or a lot of buzz or a lot of things like that, so that ideally you won't even have to choose a setting. It'll just automatically spot the noise and apply the right medicine for that. So let's take a look and see if that transcript is coming back in yet. Oh, there we go. Full transcript and summary. And job type, it's suggesting keywords right now. So we'll see if those come through. But let's see what we got. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And the summary, it's just a 5-minute talk. So if it's a longer talk, there's maybe more to say in the summary. If it's a little snippet, it kind of starts elaborating and going on about it. But it picks up on Dogen and the stories that are in here. So not bad. And let's see if it came up with keywords. There we go. It found 3 keywords in the talk. So, and when we click on Dogen keyword, there we go. There's the page about Dogen and all the other talks that are tagged with Dogen. Okay, so that's the demo of that add talk feature, and made it through the whole process. So at last, Q&A. I'd love to open the floor. And let me take a look in the chat, which I have not been keeping my eyes on keenly. And John and Shindo, maybe you can moderate questions here for me. But Leslie, can we start with your question? Are you ready?
Sure. So just the small detail, because I noticed this on some of our members when I went noodling around. How do you get, so under years, I was assuming that was years as a member, but Rowan already had 1 year before you actually added him.
When somebody goes to a collection, so let me go to another one here. Let's go to like the New Camaldoli archive, which this demo account that I'm using is not a member of. And you can request membership. So if I say, you know, I know John and I know Chris, and I really would love to be part of this and help, you know, take care of the archive, I can request to join as a community member. And I put in my info here, and it asks, what's your relationship to the community?
See. Okay.
And it asks, you know, how many years were you a member? So when you are viewing it as a manager, that's what you're seeing is their answers to those questions.
Thank you.
And what are they, you know, what are they interested in? So maybe you don't know them, but you can, there's another feature we're working on is the ability to send them a ping and say, you know, hi, John Doe. I don't know you, but I appreciate your enthusiasm. Did somebody send you our way, or what's your? If they don't really give you a clear answer, we're going to give you a communication link so you can check in with them on that.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Leslie, did you have your hand raised for another question?
I did.
Great.
Not so much a question, but last time we talked, and then I read it again today, we can't edit the AI summary. And I noticed just a misspelling of the word sasheen on one of mine. And, you know, do you want that kind of thing? Do you want me to do a whole new AI summary and hope that it picks up the correct spelling, or how do you want to handle that?
Sure. So let's take a look. First of all, let me see if I've already answered this. Basically, can we edit the AI summary? No, but it can be regenerated.
Right.
It's generated from the transcript. So if there's a misspelling in the summary, that means because it's misspelled in the transcript somewhere.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. And sometimes if you go listen to it, like, oh, sure enough, the speaker stumbled on their words there, and it sounds like they said session, you know, not sasheen. And it did its best to transcribe that. So you can edit the transcript, and you can even, so if there's a weird spelling in the summary, just search for that in the transcript, fix it up, and hit re-summarize, and it should come back without that weird spelling.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Absolutely perfect. Excellent.
Good. Yes, Julia.
You switched off that slide. I couldn't see. Were the member requests dated?
Let's see here. This is the demo window. Are they what? Are they dated?
Were they
yes,
dated?
you can say they requested 1 day and 20 hours ago. So they tell you how long ago they requested. Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right. Thank you all very much. It's so great to get your feedback. I'm happy to share this with you. I'm excited. And if you forget something on this, we'll have it posted. We'll have the video up, and we'll even post the transcript of the video, of course. And if you get stuck, you can email us. And if your question was a great one, we'll put it in the FAQ for other people. So please feel free. Thank you all very much.